Searching for a strong emotional meaning and purpose. Don't have one yet. Hello guys, 23 years guy here. I finally know what's been beating me up: lack of strong emotional meaning and purpose. That's why I bail out when losing interest in a particular project. I have never felt this bad before. I tried some brainstorming but that didn't help either. I feel like crying, saying this feels weird. I feel like I'd weep. From our very own, and from our very own, other threads that might help. What do you mean by questioning yourself? Thanks for stopping by and answering. I asked myself a question like, what would I do if money was not a problem? Couldn't come up with an answer, and I did to try to discover my meaning and purpose by writing on paper. Not a success either, and I like boxing, fitness and reading books and cooking, but I don't do them at the moment. Aiming to boxing and fitness. Thank you Andy, you're always awesome. Here's a technique that might work. Write down what you'd hope family or friends say at your eulogy. Identify strong themes within those. You have your purpose. If you are watching TV series, porn and playing video games, ditch that shit for a month and then you'll want to fight for something real. Edit, personal experience. That's kind of strange. What about things you enjoy? Surely there are some of those. Speaking to has helped me tremendously. He may be able to share some wisdom with you. Hey, thanks for responding. I don't play games and watch porn anymore. Are you in some kind of physical sports like football or fitness something? Are you introvert? You should try writing. Are you extrovert? You should try to talk to people in a daily basis. If you are in ABC niche or field, look for some experienced people who have been there in that industry. It requires research. Thank you for helping a brother out. Every wisdom is welcome. I feel like my soul is stripped out of my body. New here, but maybe can lend two things that have helped me. The first is actually something that clicked while reading TMFL. I've heard advice in the past to take note of what brings tears to your eyes, with a strong emotional reaction, positive or negative. For me, it's reading or seeing news about animal cruelty. I think the slow lane approach would be to try to do what you love. Of course, any jobs having to do with these kinds of purposes or passions will pay next to nothing. The fast lane alternative that clicked after reading TMFL was to perfectly picture what you want to contribute to help these causes. For me, this is the dream of opening an animal sanctuary for abused pets. This is incredibly expensive, and can only realistically be funded if one succeeds first in the fast lane. This has helped provide me with motivation and a direction to aim for in business to serve this end goal. The second is to focus on what kind of work puts you in the flow state. This state is a proxy for what gives you meaning intrinsically. For some this is provided while coding, for some it's writing. For others it's managing teams and thinking hard on mitigating risks or uncertainties. See if you can identify what it is for you. I've found spending good, long stretches of time in flow provides a great salve for an existential crisis. Some good books on this if you're interested include Deep Work by Cal Newport, and Flow by Mihaly C. If you prefer video or audio, I'd start down the long rabbit hole that is Jordan B. Peterson's podcasts or videos. Hope this helps and good luck. Hey, man, I used to go to a boxing gym. That was a few months ago. I am not doing any sports whatsoever besides jogging. I don't do that so much often. Not sure if I'm the best person to answer this, but since tagged me, thanks. First and foremost, I'd listen to this podcast. Second, some additional context would be useful to help you more. What was the project? What are your goals if you have any? When you lose interest, is this because your project is boring, too ambitious, or not ambitious enough? Do you exercise every day? Do you have a healthy diet? Do you have friends who inspire you, or are all of your friends the type of people who don't expect you to amount to much? I might have more questions later, but let's start with that and dig deeper. Thanks, bro. Immediately gonna put this exercise into work. I am into Viktor Frankl too. Watching the video right now. My project was a window cleaning and pressure washing business I supposed to start but didn't start it. I have the equipment but something inside me is holding me back. I feel like I take a very little action just for the sake of action and then I bail out and give up on everything. Hello there, doing this now. Thank you, brother. Why window cleaning and pressure washing? Is this even something that remotely interests you? MTF, I love your vibe and your content. Saw them on the Insiders. Highly appreciate that. Back to your question. It was right when the C0VLD19 thing came up, and then I already was like, I need to start a business to have more freedom, being aka, and wanted to have my feet before stepping in the world of entrepreneurship and have financial freedom, and I took solely action on the window cleaning gig related to the objective to achieve financial freedom. I think I don't have an interest for that gig, and that is my only goal, if that counts. I hope I was clear enough. BTW, I just saw some quotes from the book of Viktor Frankl, I think was his name. I felt that he wrote that book personally to me, became a bit emotional, and I don't have many friends and I don't exercise a lot. I did boxing for a while. At the moment no sport nor any physical activity, but I eat healthy every day to stay in good mental health and avoid feeling bad, because if I do junk food I will think like junk, etc., and I am unemployed at the moment. Getting regular physical exercise is one of the biggest things that help to improve overall mood. Sounds like you need a challenge in your life. Consider. Being should be your meaning and purpose. I want to go snowboarding all winter. Guess how many times I went this year? My all-time favorite hobby. One time too busy sitting in jail job watching life pass me by as I got into a train stuffed with dirty, smelly and rude people, while being rained on nearly every day. I'd much rather be sitting on a chairlift with a snowboard attached to my foot. It pained me to see people with snowboards on my daily commute while I was about to go make minimum wage to barely feed myself. I starved for a few weeks just now. I did the math to go snowboarding this upcoming season. It will cost me well over $5,000, perhaps just a touch under $10,000. Seems like a lot of money, and it is or isn't. In a regular job, say you save $1,000 a month, which, let's be honest, barely anyone is doing, right? So over half the population doesn't even have access to $1,000. How long would it take you to save up for a vacation in a regular job? Do you see something here? Missing out on life, because you don't have a piece of paper that millions of people around the world willingly throw away? Your meaning and purpose is what you enjoy in the world, and unfortunately in a capitalistic world, no one will give a single crap about what that is unless you got some pieces of paper in your pocket to pay for those things. In my country, there's a saying that, life is just a dance of time and energy. You either enjoy the dance or you ignore and suffer. I hope you enjoy it, and enjoy it well. The podcast you sended my way is epic. Andy Freslow is a awesome dude I can learn everything from. I will consider his program. I agree. Thanks man for stopping by and commenting. All the best. How did you get on with this? What did you find out? I agree with my whole heart. That's why I am going to sign up for the boxing gym again on Tuesday and begin boxing again. As I said, I did the exercise and a lot of emotion came out. I was crying when thinking about my brother coming to my tombstone and saying all the things I accomplished regarding my background in life, etc. You spoke 100%, but I humbly disagree with the part that your meaning and purpose is what you enjoy in the world. Wasn't MJ saying that your meaning and purpose should not be your whims and desires? Correct me if I am wrong. From Google. So why do you get up in the morning? What do you enjoy? I can't speak for you, but for myself I am motivated by freedom to do whatever I want, instead of being locked into a job and being forced to trade my life away to barely pay rent, feed myself and live in poverty. Everyone has different motivations. Some people want to be a better parent or person in the community, and some people just want to buy a Lamborghini to show off at the nightclub. Maybe that's their life purpose. If you still can't find your meaning and purpose, you need to get out in the world and experiment with different activities. Just now I hear sirens, either EMS or police. What is their life purpose? To help people. Keep exploring life. Eventually you will find something that clicks with your soul. It could be saving puppies and kittens, or building homes in third world countries, something that leaves your soul satisfied. Hey Madman, thanks for sharing. It takes courage to write these things. I appreciate because it also helps me. Sounds weird, maybe. I have read the rest of your posts here. I am curious and wanted to ask a couple of things. This feeling or lack of thereof, strong emotional feeling and purpose about something, is it constant? Have you felt it before? You wrote it never felt so bad. Is the project the window cleaning gig you wrote quote below? If you don't mind me asking, again. What were you doing before C0VLD and in life in general? What do you think led you to these thoughts of being ? To be honest, I am a huge fan of Viktor Frankl. If you don't feel comfortable answering here, you can PM me. By the way, where in the Netherlands do you live? I lived in Amsterdam. Cheers, and again appreciate you shared your thoughts and feelings. It means a lot. You will face these issues and feeling from time to time in your life. You are normal and your feelings are totally human. Meaning and purpose are both self-generated. They don't just fall on you. I have news for you. No one is going to show up at your front door to offer you the perfect life, the perfect job or career, the perfect house, the perfect mate, the perfect body. These are all issues that we each struggle with all of our lives. And with each era in your life, those feelings and questions raise their nasty heads again. You finish one period of time in your life and then you must find another direction to create a new meaning and purpose. Ever heard of a midlife crisis? Ever seen someone get a terrible cold that lasts weeks after they finish a huge project? How about the empty nest syndrome? What about a bunch of young people moving home with their parents after college rather than making their own lives? What happens to someone who has found great success and then it's all over, like a child actor, an astronaut, or an athlete who goes to the Olympics? What do they do then? How do they get up and go on? And where do they go? Can they ever feel successful in their lives again? This is the creative process of living. It can mean that you're growing up and exploring the world. Keep struggling with it. I've spoken about this a bit already on the forum, but something that has been insanely helpful for me and 6 to 7 other friends of mine was Jordan Peterson's self-authoring program. It's like $29 and honestly worth thousands to me. It gets you to really think deeply and identify the meaning in your life and sets you up towards orientating yourself in that direction. Basically gets you out of the exact state you're in now. Jordan talks about the program here. Here's the link to the program. What did it do for me? I did this program while I was working a job I hated and not knowing what the heck I wanted with my life. It helped me write out a plan for my life. 2 years later I went back to review what I had put in the program and I had accomplished every single one of the goals I had set. It blew my mind and now I recommend it to people all the time. I've had 6 to 7 friends go through it too and it helped each of them immensely. The goals I hit, it helped me get my meaning understood. I realized why I'm doing what I'm doing with my life. Once I had my why, I was able to get up early every morning and rush to my office to smash out a big day of work. It's better than any coffee you can buy. I did it 5 years ago I think, and I tried to do it every 18 to 24 months to realign my goals, purpose and meaning. Something else that helped me find meaning was ayahuasca, but don't touch that stuff with a 10-foot pole unless you know you're 100% ready. Thanks, it looks like what I need, so I bought the program. Hey man, thanks for clarifying things out for me. I agree 100%. It's such a quest that nobody can figure out but myself. It's my birthday today. I don't feel anything. Normally I would be happy and delighted, but now kinda feel like it doesn't matter alive or not. Weird. Anyhow, I resigned myself to my boxing gym again. Gonna hit the gym tonight. That is something I really look forward. All the best, brother. I am gonna keep searching and keep exploring. Sounds interesting, thanks. How long did it take you to learn fluent Spanish? BTW. Happy birthday, M8. Hey every man, first I thank you brother, God bless. This is worth golds of info. Definitely gonna buy his program. Awesome to hear that you got great results. Hey every man, thanks for stopping. Sorry man, is it okay with you if I can respond tomorrow to your questions? I am just done with boxing, gonna go to sleep. Justin Abbott. Cheers man. In general, this is an individual and personal development issue. Fastlane requires a lot of motivation, discipline and economic and business sophistication or acumen. It can be done. But you need to kill multiple birds with one stone, if I can put it that way. Motivated just for money really isn't enough. For me, my motivation is freedom and knowledge. Understanding markets and learning different skill sets. Hey bro, awesome question. For years I made plans and goals. I achieved some, changed some and totally sucked at others. We are all human. The thing is, these goals were scattered and were written down in one digital note. What's paper? Regardless of their importance in my life. So I had a big list of stuff I wanted to achieve in one place. As you can imagine, these goals were not tied to a single purpose. They all achieved or improved something, which is great, but there was connectedness. Because of that I, like yourself, gave up on ideas and projects because they seemed meaningless after a while. Behold, a book called Grit by Angela Duckworth. I haven't fully read it, to be honest, just learned about setting goals. Angela talks about having tiered goals that feed into one another. As I like to put it, you have 3 tiers, and this is your number 1 goal in life. That is not likely to change. How do you know what it is, you ask? This is something very personal to you. Just for perspective, here are a few random examples. Here you set around 3 chunky long-term goals that are aligned with your concept. These could change, but typically they stay similar throughout. Some examples: let's say your main goal is the first on the above list. These goals are small, plentiful and flexible. They are most powerful when are used as habits. If you see that the habit is not getting you where you need to go, simply change it for another one. Unlike the above tiers, tactics can change monthly, weekly and even daily if need be. They are more circumstance-driven and help you stay on track by giving you flexibility to dodge potholes on the road, so to speak. These goals can be copied from other successful people and tested in your own life. For example, some useful goals habits to set for public speaking from the above list might be: setting goals in this manner required some deep thinking, especially for the concept and focused planning. It is best to set aside a good chunk of time without distractions to really understand what you want. You only need to do this once, so it pays to do it well and not rush it. It took me a week or 2 to arrive at my concept. This is just one way of setting goals, but I found it the most effective. It gives you an advantage of, and if reviewed regularly, yes, look at your goals at least once a week to keep a clear target in your brain's sights. Good luck, and keep rocking. Love you all. Help. Solve a need.